This video is about 8 avoidable ways to not lose your clients. Welcome, my name is Rosh and I teach the combination code to creative entrepreneurs just like you so you can find more customers than clients. And in this video, we're talking about 8 avoidable ways to not lose clients. Because if you're losing clients faster than you're adding new clients, your business is in big trouble. So if we can stop that loss early on and just keep your clients happy, well, then you have a growing business. The fact is, I've helped many businesses grow, and I like to share ideas to help your business grow, but sometimes you have to go on the negative side and share some of the things that didn't work. I remember one time, it was about 4 or 5 years ago, I was talking with a new client. It was a company I was working with, and I didn't sell the project, but I was there during the follow-up. And what it was is they had created a blog. And they wrote a blog post, and actually a blog post part of that team effort. And it took them about 2 weeks to get this blog post out there, the first one. And then they posted it. And 2 or 3 days later, this person called me complaining, wondering why they don't have all of this new traffic to their website. And the obvious answer is because they just posted one blog. But the fact is, nobody let this person know. Whether it seems obvious or not, they never set expectations. And they lost the client. And the problem is, it was a team effort, and I was part of that team, and I never mentioned anything to the client setting those type of expectations, and no one else did either. So the fact is, it's often a team effort, and a lot of times people think other people are telling the client the obvious thing when they're not. So make sure that you set up expectations and make sure that other people set expectations so your client isn't thinking well above what is to be expected. And if you certainly go above and beyond what you say they should expect, of course, you're going to win the game. Here's another thing that is rather common, but I would certainly avoid if at all possible. And it comes from an example of a friend of mine who was in business for himself for many years. And over the years, more and more clients would look for loopholes in what he was doing. And he'd always keep trying to fill in those loopholes in his contracts and make sure that they're locked down, that they have no wiggle room. They know what the rules are. And, honestly, over time, it became more restrictive and more restrictive because he felt he was continuously wronged by these clients to the point it was hard to do business with him. So try not to make it hard to do business with you. Yes, you need to protect yourself, but the best way to keep your clients and add on new clients is to make it easy to do business with you. So look for new ways, maybe streamline methods of doing business for you. Don't make people jump through a ton of hoops just to be your customer. The next thing you very well may have experienced in your life, and that is change. People, they don't like change, and that includes your clients. They don't want change. They don't want change within the company and the services that they enjoy, unless it's an added benefit to them. But sometimes you have to make adjustments in your product or service or even increase the price. And making change without letting people know, without good communication or warning or a way in which that change is a lot less stressful or all of a sudden in their face or really predictable. Making that change predictable, having good communication with your clients most certainly can help make change much easier to deal with. Years ago, I met an old salesman and he told me the best thing you can do in your business is what he referred to as the old follow-up, which seems pretty obvious, following up. But you know what? A lot of people don't, and sometimes we get comfortable with our clients, or we're afraid to touch base with them because they may have a problem. But look, if you follow up regularly, keep in touch, keep a communication routine, you're much more likely to have a more satisfied customer because they feel like you're paying attention to them, that you are attentive to their needs. So follow up, and don't let emails and phone calls go unresponded to. Now, sometimes it gets away from us, and maybe it's a day longer than it should be, but still follow up, because if you wait one more day, it's even longer. So as soon as you have that moment to follow up, do so, and that will probably smooth over any issues that that client may have based on how long it took you to get back with them. And then just do a better job next time. Keep refining your follow-up system. It'll make a huge difference in the quality of your business. I knew another business owner that lost a lot of customers because he didn't do this one thing. You know, people were complaining about this part breaking regularly, and he thought people were just using his product wrong. But he had the opportunity to fix it a number of times, to make this adjustment, and yes, it would have cost him some money, but it was a fixable item. It was something he could maybe use a new material on, but he didn't. He was making money. He felt like that, you know what, I have some customers that are going to leave, but I have plenty more coming in. But guess what? Overall, customers started to decline rather quickly. The reputation of his product started to go down, and it was much harder to repair, and he lost a lot more money by not taking care of the issue early on. So what I'm recommending you avoid doing is ignoring the trends. Ignoring the trends of complaint. A lot of times those trends can be new opportunities for you. Complaints within your industry, complaints within your business. You can find new opportunities, new features, new benefits that you can share and maybe implement within your industry that could change everything, that could make you the leader, the go-to company, go-to product or service, because you saw that trend and you fixed it. This is a problem I've seen a number of times, and I've been victim of because my client did exactly this, and that is taking on too big of a client. Not understanding what is the right size client for your business. In other words, what size is the client that you can actually handle? Yeah, we want that big client, but sometimes that client is way too big based on our current resources. And sometimes it takes a while to build up to the level of resources that you need to handle such a client. And when you just jump in and say, yes, I can do it, and not have those resources, and those resources don't come in time, you're going to lose the client. And that's what happened with my clients. They brought on big clients and they couldn't handle them, so they outsourced some of the stuff to me, and ultimately they just couldn't handle that big of a client, and they lost that client in future opportunities. So make sure that you understand what is the right client for now. That doesn't mean you can't build up to larger clients, but where are you now? What is your sweet spot that you can attend to and make happy that client, because that company is the right size for your business? Next is something I'm sure has happened to you. I remember I was in a camera store, and the person in front of me purchased a roll of film. And the person behind the counter handed them the film, and they put it in their camera, and it was the wrong film. And so they took it out of the camera and say, I'm sorry, this is the wrong film. This is not what I need. It's the wrong size. And she put it down on the counter, and the person behind the counter looked at her and said, well, you've already opened the container. I can't take it back. He said, wait a minute. You gave it to that person as the expert, and now say you can't take it back. That situation, one, lost a customer, and probably a few other customers who were watching this scenario as it got uglier by the minute. But that happened due to poor training. So not only should you train the people around you well, in other words, let them know the processes they need to understand, let them know their expectations and how to work with customers if that's what they do, but also train yourself. Continue to educate yourself to be a better business person. That's going to make your personal business even better. If you're a solopreneur, you're just working with a small number of clients, or you have a large number of customers, whatever it may be, continuously educating yourself and the people around you and the contractors around you can certainly make your business much stronger. I know a business owner, and maybe you know some too, that share their political point of view on social media all the time. Now, one business owner I know, it's part of his thing. That's what he does, and people know him for it, and the right like-minded people get involved with what he is doing, and he actually gets a lot of customers because he shares his political point of view. But for most of us, I don't think that's the case. I have some amazing clients, and we're really close, but we have different point of views when it comes politically. And I have clients who have the same point of view. But ultimately, when it comes to Facebook or Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever it may be, the social media of your choice, I highly recommend avoid the political conversations unless you're keeping your social media private, because you don't want to lose customers just based on a meme that you shared from a friend. Hey, I share some different angles and ideas as to why customers don't come back. Check it out in the next video.